So the only time you can really see the effectiveness of your swales is while it's raining. Ooh, 28 mils of rain so far. So let's go and have a look. So going up the garden path here, if I see this much water coming down, then I know that there's something wrong with one of the swales. So here you can see it stopped, so I need to just fix that a little bit. This swale is alright. It's lovely and full. Let's get a bird's eye view here. So that one's doing its job perfectly, which is great because it's right by the veggie garden. But then the one on this side is not doing a thing. So then you can see then here, whoops, here, the ground hasn't been leveled enough to allow the water in. So here's my beloved pumpkin patch that the porcupine keeps eating, and I see he ate one of my bananas last night, so I'm very, very unimpressed about that. Anyway, moving on. Let's go check the other swales. Okay, so here's another one. It's a bit weed infested, but you can see there's no water in this one at all. So this one's just a gigantic fail, which ends in a new tree there. It's just a weed infested mess right now, but yeah, there's no water in it. But it's fine because we're probably going to be closing the swale anyway because our entertainment area is going to be going here. So, okay, let's move to the next one. Has a bit of water. Okay, so the end of it is dry. But when you go down this way, you can see some water in it. So the point is that the water has to run in from somewhere. So if it's just lying on the ground, it won't go in. And our ground is extremely flat. So we've got to find ways to get the water into the swale. But there is a little bit here at least. So roads are always a major source of erosion and losing all of our topsoil and open areas. So you can see the water running down here and down from that road and then out the main gate. So this is the main source of water that I've tried to stop. It's not always easy, but this little swale here, which was really supposed to just be a ditch to plant vetiver grass in, has been really effective in catching the water from the road. So that one's really great. Let's go to the actual swale. So here you can see this road ditch working great. And yet a couple of meters behind it, in the real swale, which is probably being stopped by this one, it's completely dry. You can also see the devastation from the porcupine. This entire swale was covered with greenery a couple of days ago. There's nothing left. It's just a mud-soaked mess now. But anyway, no water in this one. It used to fill with water, so something's gone wrong with here. So we'll have to have a look at that. Okay, then we put these speed bumps in the road to route the water into the swales better, because it was still running out. So here you can see a little speed bump. And this one, where all of our sunflowers are, it's working great. It's full. You can see the sunflowers falling over because they've got such a shallow root system. They can't actually deal with all the water. Yeah, so this swale is definitely working perfectly. You can see it's coming in nicely, which is then slowing down the water for the next section. We're going to have wet dogs on the bed in 2 seconds. So here again, getting caught. A little bit of water in here, but that's because most of it is in the first one from the road. Also haven't done anything with that swale yet. So here we didn't do it quite right, because you'll see on the on the right hand side there, it's damming up too much. So then we need to just make it shallower here so that it can run off into the swale on that side. But this one is also working. You can see the water lying in there. So yes, some wins, some losers, and every rainy season we go in and check them and sort them out. So time to get the spade and go and fix the first one. Everything is a swale really. You can see my little garden path here. It's beautifully underwater, so the levels aren't right here either. And then here we had to dig a ditch under the tree to get to my she shed, because it's pretty low hanging branch that, and we ain't cutting that branch. So it's made a beautiful pool here. Which is lovely and deep. But I love mud, so I'm okay with that. It'll soak away quickly enough. Okay, so I have trusty Doug ready to come and fix swales, but I can't dig and film at the same time, so I'll be back. Okay, so just a little quick little berm over there. It's not perfect yet, I know. I'll fix it when it's dry again. But immediately the water starts running in, which will then keep the water off this driveway. It's a lot better than it was. We've lost a lot of topsoil from this road, which kind of starts, you can't really see it from here, but way there in the back where that big tree is behind that tree is the corner of the farm, and there's a road that goes there like a walker's path. Comes all the way down here. This path we made, obviously. And then it swings around the house and it goes down the driveway that I showed you just now, all the way down the road to the bottom of the game reserve. So all of our topsoil just ends up there. So that's what was such a high priority, to stop this water from running. Okay, so this swale is full now, so water is starting to leach out of it a little bit. But this one is starting to gather. And then what I also did at the bottom of this little road, because water goes where it wants to go, I also built this horseshoe herb bed here, because I know that this is where the bulk of the water stops. So by building that little horseshoe there, it traps most of the water here. This is working really effectively, because before, this water here used to just run around the side there by our front door and out the back. So at least here it's going into the ground where it belongs. So the whole thing with water is to slow it down. And then that's what you look like after playing in the mud in the rain for 3 minutes. But it's great. That's my best part, is fixing the swales in the rain. Straight out of bed. However, Buffy just told me that the gas geyser doesn't want to work again because it has a hissy fit every time it rains. Piece of shit. So now either I've got to freeze to death, or I've got to go shower outside in the rain at the staff quarters. Shadows of when we first moved in here. You pay so much money for these things and they don't work. I want to have a heart attack. Look at it. It's got a perfectly good cover on it, which they made us buy. Chimney, everything. It's perfectly protected. Will not work when it's raining. So showering outside in the rain, one. I figured I was wet anyway from the rain from the swales, so you know, what's the difference? It was actually so lovely, that boiling hot water with the rain, and then walking back 100 meters in the rain. Then clean. And this is where I showered this morning. It was pouring with rain, but it was really, really lovely, I must say. And then this is the view while you're showering. There's nothing like an outdoor shower in the bush, is it? Is there, not is it?